Okay, right. Alright. I mean, yeah. So, just gonna talk about the state of the community, not the game itself, even though, most people know this game is not doing well. Let's talk about the community. In fact, they are pretty much on copium these past few days, which is kind of, maybe is a counter opinion that some people might say. People might say the community is not on copium these days, which I would say nope, they still are on copium. And I'm just gonna give some thoughts. So, I mean, I've not been playing this game too much. As you can see, I'm still using the Solstice armor that I got. I still have some illegal armor from the not Pit of Heresy, but what was it, Grasp of Avarice farming. Still, that's basically when I quit the game, is when Solstice was gone. I was like, okay, I'm gone too. So that's that. And I just recently got on this week, not because I wanted to, but because there's an epic raid going on, and I kind of want to participate in that. So that would be cool. That'd be cool. But really, just want to talk about the community in this game and how they're basically on copium. Now, let me explain why they're on copium. So, you might know about the Renegades reveal stream that just happened recently. Now, people were praising that, even though it was some complete disaster, uh, in my eyes at least. And I know there were a lot of people that were like, "Oh, wow, that's so cool! These new changes, like, wow, changes in the biggest quotation mark of all time, obviously." But these are just not. They're just not. They're not good. They're just not good. Um. Well, let me rephrase that. They're not, and the changes themselves are very minimal, as far as I'll say, and very vague. And I would say that the new content that they've shown us, if you can even call it that, is just so minimal. It's so minimal. Okay, you know what? Let's go to the Vidoc, which I have pulled out beforehand because I was making this point. So let's watch it.
Seeing how stunningly Star Wars it felt.
Okay, let's just point this out. So you see a lot of people, they're like, oh, okay, wow, that's a lightsaber. Wow, in this game? When I saw this, my reaction was like, okay, it's a lightsaber, from another franchise, which has its own games, which I can go play. And that to me was just like, what is the point of me using lightsaber in this game compared to a normal sword? A normal sword can also block, but it can't reflect projectiles or whatever. This lightsaber obviously can seems to project projectiles. I mean, you can see that over there. Um, I mean, swords can also just block. That's also something. And now we have that one sword that does the Redling stuff, which that's something. But also, it's just no point if, like, let's be honest, how many people how many people are going to be using the lightsaber throughout the Renegades campaign? And after the Renegades campaign, like, let's be honest, we're not going to be using that. And this is the problem they had with glaives. The same problem happened. And the same problem is happening now, currently in the game, with crossbows. Crossbows are... okay, they were cool at first, but then, you know, we got to use them more and more, and it's not even a good option compared to anything else in the game. You know, you have Mint Retrograde, which is a great weapon. That's a great weapon that can be used for basically any content in the game, from just normal patrol to even raids, like high-end level raids, with 5 feet active. And because it's so versatile and does good damage, it has good ad clear potential, it has good major clear potential. Boss even, but not for raid bosses, obviously. But it's just good. And you compare that to something like a glaive, which is very niche. Even though it uses special ammo, it's still not a good option. But they did good with, you know, making new archetypes out of existing archetypes. I feel like that's what they're good at. They're not good at making actual new weapons and stuff, because I just don't know. They don't know how to design it and also balance it at the same time. So they just make something that's completely useless or completely broken. And the completely broken ones probably get nerfed to the ground. So there's that.
Was electric.
I just jumped into that walker and I just annihilated.
Okay, this is the. What is going on? Like that. Oh my! When I saw this the first time, I was dying. I was dying. Like, this is so sad to look at. First of all, we're in Europa. That's already like the strangest choice of an area to be in. Again, like Venus, I mean, I don't really care about Venus, I'm gonna be honest. I thought Venus was actually a really mid destination. Like, I'm not on the side of these Destiny 1 nostalgia blinded people. I thought Venus wasn't the greatest. I like the other stuff, like Dreadnought D1 was awesome, Plaguelands D1 was awesome, which, you know what just happened recently. And Mars is actually good. Mars is actually a good destination for me. It's kind of cool I can't say that word, but
interpretation.
Yeah, that one. It's a good representation of, you know, actual Mars, I guess, from pictures and whatnot. But okay, let's talk about this. So we're in Europa for some reason, and we have this weird fucking ATST Brig hybrid combo, which, first of all, why are we making more vehicles or combat vehicles in this game about shooting guns? And in this game, being in third person is the worst feeling in the world, except when you're eager edging. So why are we introducing a Brig remastered? It's silly. It's just silly. Like, I get it, Star Wars, yes, but it's just such a silly decision. What would have been cooler, maybe, is if you had like an AT-AT Walker. I guess that would be cool, because that's like a huge thing. And I mean, I don't even know how they would implement that, let's be honest. Like, they can barely even implement the vehicles in heavy metal, so let's just leave it to that. But yeah, this is sad. This is just sad. We don't need more vehicles in this game, or combat vehicles. Like, if we did, we just need the railjack from Warframe. I feel like that's the biggest thing missing from Destiny is space combat. I don't know why it's not in the game yet. I really don't understand why it's not in the game. Like, you have catches, you have fallen catches, you have Cabal ships or whatever, you have Hive, Tomb, I don't even know Hive ships. Like, you have the stuff. They have the models. It's all ready. Now, yes, obviously it's probably going to be challenging to design that, but I just don't know why. How does Warframe beat them to stuff every time? Beat them to concepts that should be in the game, in both games. How does Warframe do it first every time? It's just it's sad. It's sad. Let me skip forward to some
that we're calling from. Edge of Fate leaves us with a really big
okay. I just want to go on a brief tangent about this. So, just like as a rhetorical question, how many of you guys actually remember what happened in the Edge of Fate campaign? You can interpret that question either. What do you remember specifically what you did in that campaign, or do you remember the major plot points that the campaign introduces and closes or whatever? I guarantee you 90% of the people do not know, and I for sure am one of the 90% because I do not remember a single thing from that campaign. The most I remember was this guy being introduced and he was part of the FBI or whatever. That's the biggest thing I remember from that campaign. And that there was this big black hole and Drifter went into it and then H. Like, I just don't know what happened at all in that campaign. I guess another thing I remember is one of the 9 died. Don't know what that means. Something about the end of the world, but again, they just don't explain it, and they're just like, oh, it's the end of the world. It's an extinction level event. Okay, why? No idea. Just introduce crazy new storylines in the spur of the moment without any sort of build-up. Like, you could have skipped every single part, like every single mission leading up to the final, and probably you still would have got the same information by just playing the final mission compared to the beginning few. And I mean, this happens for a lot of the Destiny campaigns. It's just whatever happens in the final mission, it really didn't matter what happened in the beginning few mission. It's just classic Destiny. Okay, no, I do want to say something that's actually kind of cool.
There's the Barrett Imperium.
Okay, this. No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Like, the design is cool. I don't know how it's gonna look in the game, but that looks cool. That looks cool. The Fallen, not so much. It's just a bit all over the place. The Vex with the clothes and whatever, that's cool. That's kind of cool. But like, is it gonna be game changing? No. It's just new enemies with new attire. We've seen this happen with the Scorn. We've seen this happen with the Taken. We've seen this happen with just everything. And every single race has got some sort of revamp or update or whatever, or some different faction that is supposed to feel different, but it's just foundationally the same. So yeah, I mean, there's that, and I don't even want to go through
You're gonna
this entire thing. They go and introduce some activity that's supposed to be replacing Gambit, even though we all know how Gambit gameplay is, and it's just like, what are they doing? What are they doing? How can someone watch this Vidoc and be like, yes, I want to pay money for this? Because I do not. This makes me want to refund my pre-order. Like, this is just embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I mean, like, why are we back on Europa? Why are we on Venus for some reason? It's probably gonna get explained, okay? But it's just so boring. It's so boring looking. Like, I don't know how people are excited about this. Oh wow, one new activity, and then they have some sort of that like system for gear upgrade. Like, it's boring. It's boring. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is gonna be the fact that everyone gets brought back down to 200 power level. That's the real pain. That's the real pain that's gonna happen. And it's just kind of sad. And you know what? I wasn't gonna do this. I wasn't gonna do this because I feel like it's in bad spirit. But let's just go on Twitter. Let's just go on Twitter and see all of these copers. Yeah, I mean, let's not even talk about marathons. I'm gonna be honest. Let's not even talk about marathon. Alright, Renegades. Destiny. Renegades. Right? Okay. I mean, this is Lucasfilm. If I said Destiny Renegades looks better than this, I mean, like, you guys can't. You guys can't. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm done for the time being. Fed up with being told how to play, blah, 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 blah. We'll probably come back around, but you guys can't do that. You guys can't do that. Oh my, this tweet is just sad. It's so sad. We need to build momentum and maintain it. Let's fucking do this thing. What is going on? What is going on? Like, why? 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 And this is some of the changes that they're putting out. Like, it's so vague. It's so boring. It's like this could all be done in a patch note. How is this expansion worthy changes? It's beyond baffling. It's beyond baffling. Like, look at this Coper. Give me this new Cabal unit. Yes, let's get this new Cabal unit. New, by the way, new. The guy is using new and Cabal in the same sentence. Like, you can't make this up. You just can't make this up. It's just sad. I mean, just not, like this. In the midst of it's over, I found within me an invincible. We're so back. Like, you guys can't just change on the game like that, bro. It's like we're okay. Let's give an analogy. So imagine you go to this restaurant. All right, you go to this restaurant, and at first it's like, oh wow, okay, their prices are cheap. They have good meal for the price being. It's just, yeah, it's good. Okay, you go to the restaurant for maybe about 5 weeks, and they keep the same sort of loop. Okay, and then the restaurant, they're like, okay, due to the economic recession or whatever, we have to up the price of stuff. And you're like, oh, happily, I'll pay more to get the same amount. And so you do that for a couple more weeks, and then the companies and the restaurants like, oh, actually now we have to reduce the portion amount. And you're just like, okay, starting to get a bit annoyed. And then you're like, hey, can you actually raise the portion by a bit? And the restaurant owner, they're like, oh, okay, we'll do it in the future. And you're just like, yes, okay, they'll do it in the future, so I'll keep buying from this restaurant. That's essentially what the Destiny community is like. It's just a bunch of copers. They're getting actually fisted by the developers. Well, not the developers specifically, but more so the management of this game is just ruining the product and the franchise as a whole, and people are just eating it up like good boys. like there's some dogs, and Bungie is their owner, just keeping them on a leash, or feeding, just feeding them the most horrendous meals ever, and the community is still excited for the most abysmal content, most jaw-breaking, jaw-dropping content. Wow, this is some new insane content. And you're back on Europa and you're playing Gambit. Like, that's the content. That's the content. It's just so embarrassing that this company is able to get away with doing so little, and their community is still like, yes, yes, I am getting this mediocre content and these mediocre changes to the garbage system that they've built. Yes, I'm getting a fix to that in a couple months. It's a slap in the face, bro. It's a slap in the face. I don't know how these people are still playing this game on a regular basis. They're getting treated like subhumans, bro. I feel bad for them, honestly. Like, I am pretty happy that I've just quit the game and I've stopped caring for doing pretty much the most activities or getting 100% of this, 100% of that. I'm glad I've stopped, because it is a sickness. It's an actual sickness. It's a mental health disorder, bro. Just hoping to see changes coming down the road in months' time, while you're still consuming the same garbage. It's sad. It's really sad. I feel for these people, but like, they do it to themselves. Like, they do it to themselves. The prime example is let's say, but let's go to the store. The prime example is the store. All right, let's say, oh wow, free Bright Dust. Oh, but do you see this? It's a $1,200 silver emote, which, by the way, isn't that is insane. 1,200 silver for one emote. And what are you doing? You're like, what is this? What is this? You're launching a nuke, and that's a 1,200 silver emote. Insane. But here you go. Here's your free silver. Oh, what's that? Oh wow, a sparrow, which I'll probably never use, because now we have the skimmers or whatever they're called. That's 800 silvers. So I mean, it's just sad. Oh, okay, wait, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. I think the only things I buy is with Bright Dust. I will never, ever, never in my life spend silver on cosmetics in this game. Never, ever. Because it is a trap. They do not know how to spend that money. I mean, just look at the guy who's... How much did he spend? It's like 5 million or something on vintage cars. It's like... Dude, like, let's be for real. Let's be for real, bro. This is who you're giving your money to. This is who you're giving your money to. You're giving it to a guy that wants to buy vintage cars. You buy a... Okay, let's see. You buy a virtual futuristic car like this. You buy a virtual futuristic skateboard. So a guy can buy a vintage car. I mean, that's just ironic in the sense of you're buying something that's pixels, the guy is buying something that's actually real, and he's using your money to buy that car. Your money. This is your money. You're the problem. You are the problem. The whole Destiny community is the problem. Just stop buying all this stuff. I know people who definitely bought this Taken armor set. I know for a fact. People bought this Taken Phalanx Blast finisher. I know for a fact. And these are the people who needs to be called out, because they are the reason that this company gets away with so many outrageous decisions. Like, what is this? What is this? Like, this can't be for real. They're actually rickrolling you in the store. Like, yeah, it's done. It's done for this game. This community is just full of cope. This entire Viaduct and the reaction to it by the community is just cope. They're just coping. The game is not gonna get better. It is literally only gonna get worse. And the proof being the Ashen Iron update. The proof being this update. I cannot believe they reintroduced the Plague Lands to make these new activities in the portal, not even as a patrol zone. And they didn't put Siva in the Plague Lands. They didn't put anything relating to Siva in the Plague Lands. Like, even the architecture, you know, the little Twizzler veins or whatever in the Plague Lands, they're gone. They're gone. They actively removed Siva. Actively removed it. And that really should just say something. That really should just say something to this community. And I don't know, I have a little like theory that I know Rise of Iron was made like by a sect of the... I know that Rise of Iron was made by a sect of the Bungie team. Yeah, it was a dedicated team within the studio, specifically assigned to work on expansions and live game updates like the Rise of Iron. Yeah, so it was not even the main company itself. Like, it was just a specific team that made the stuff. And that's probably the reason why they don't like Siva, because they're just kind of it's just my theory. I think they're kind of jealous of that team. I think they're kind of jealous of how much praise that they got, and they're just like, okay, nah, these guys like them too much. You know, it's like a what's a good analogy? It's like a insecure boyfriend, like when they're when the girl just looks at another guy and has small talk, the insecure guy is just like, oh, what, like, why did you talk to him? Why did you talk to him? Why did you interact with him? That's pretty much Bungie. The guy that, or the girl, our girl who's talking to the guy, we're the guys. The community is the guy, and the girl is like this dedicated team, right? Like, yeah, we liked Wrath of the Machine, we liked Siva. And I think they're just insecure. The fact that a small team had that much influence, I don't know. That's just a theory that I have, but yeah, I mean, there's that. Well, I've been yapping for quite a long time, but I'll, you know what? To conclude, I'll just give this. Or I'll just say this. This game is pretty much done. I genuinely don't think it's gonna get better. It will just get worse if they keep with the system that we currently have, the portal system. I think if they keep doing that, it's just the game is doomed to fail. It's just done. It's over. The only way I feel like they could turn it around is just get rid of the portal. Like, honestly, just get rid of the portal, or get rid of the power leveling system, because it is just embarrassing that we have to essentially get back down to 200 each expansion, and then we're not only having to climb that power level back, but we're also locked to how much we can climb up to, which is the weirdest part. I don't know why. I don't know why we were locked to 450 power before Ash and Iron dropped, and then it got raised to 550. Why not just have it so that we can go up to 550? Strange decisions like that is just what made me not play the game anymore, because it's embarrassing. Having to get treated like that, where the people who want to farm are just treated like they're some sort of like intern at some internship, and the Bungie is just like, okay, now you can get promoted to senior after you did 200 billion hours of hard work in the solo ops mine. Here you go. You can go back into the solo ops mine. Like, it's so strange, the philosophy and design of this game, and the people who play this game and still get hyped at the things that are coming in this game in months' time. It's just strange. It's just so strange. And I just don't understand it. And I will never understand it. Like, how people just can't come to the realization that this game is just, it's built on false promises and lies and all that. It's not good. It's just not good. And that's basically the final note, is it's just not good. The community is full of cope, and copium will just live on throughout this community. And I think the main language of this community is I don't know, Copenese. Yeah, there we go, Copenese. Yeah, overall, just cope everywhere. Cope pill community, cope pilled community. That's Bungie community's motto. Copium. Yeah, did I say cope yet? Alright, cope. Okay, yeah, but yeah, that's I don't know. It's just my thoughts. Wow, that was a long yap sesh, but yeah, cope.